I promise. I have not had enough beer yet to be the little shit I was the other night.
I don't know whether or not to be disappointed or not, but hey, away we go! Hello, everyone, and welcome back to D&D Night at the Crazy Farm, as most nights are D&D Night at the Crazy Farm, because the farm is crazy, and we like D&D. Kind of self-explanatory, really. I don't know even why you decided to ask. But seeing as how you're here, sit down and, pepper thy Angus, because we're going back into the Grey Hill Cemetery with some tired boys and girls here.
Quinn, you are cutting out a bit, at least to me.
Yeah, that seems to be a thing.
I'm not exactly sure what happened there for a second. Because I thought you almost literally synced up with your game. Or the Twitch thing.
I don't know. But regardless.
Fine, instead of echo.
No, there's nobody here. That's just me, my mic, my setup. I'm looking a little bright, pigmented, but otherwise, doing okay there. There we go. Alright. So.
Alright.
Now we're not
There we go.
picking up. That's weird.
We got our plot water. Not that there's going to be much plot at the moment, but hey, we're working with it. So, are we all ready to see what happens beyond the next door? I'll take your silence as consent.
Big things.
For me, you are cutting out like super hard.
You would think on the same network we would at least have a good connection, right?
Because yeah.
All right, well. I really don't even know what to do about that, aside from just
Test.
kind of power on. So, last you were aware, things are starting to get a little hairy for your merry band of.
Going you quite out again.
Oh my goodness. Ah, fucking cursed night, I swear. Alright, well, then enough of the flowery language. Let's just get into the game where you have just had Greatbot push open a stuck door. It scrapes across the ground with a loud wooden squeal. There is, opposed to the other sections around here, this is very brightly lit. There's immediately a metallic stench that hits the air. Shadows kind of play across the room from lit and well-maintained torches. As from your line of sight, great G6, how the ever. You see on the right side of the room a hole, or almost like a trap door in the corner, opened up, and there's streaks of blood and viscera of various consistencies. Nearby is a large workbench of sorts with all kinds of rusty and gore-caked implements. And standing in the middle of standing almost in the corner of the room, taking a corpse off of a hanging rack, is a large, lumbering thing, easily dwarfing you by a factor of 4, almost. It's bald with mottled, tanned, muddy skin, and just hulking muscle and a bit of pudge to it. It turns to see the intrusion, both of sound and this now slightly glinting metallic form, as it reaches from the back wall and pulls up this massive great axe and looks on you with menace.
Oh, fuck.
So let's just kindly drop you guys over here.
Weird.
And this thing is certainly...
Giant, isn't he? Or troll, whatever.
He looks like, 50 pounds of angry in about a 30-pound capacity sack. His clothes are rough-hewn and dirty, caked in all kinds of gore and viscera.
Yeah, this kind of gives for his money. Like that first we fought that spanked.
Keep those mockeries going.
So, yeah, let's just start everybody off by rolling a good old round of initiative, please. The blood pressure and the adrenaline spikes in your system.
Ah! That's a big problem.
Yeah, let's see here. Ah. Small favors, perhaps.
Oh, thank Christ.
Slumbering creature is massive and angry, but not entirely quick on the draw.
Oh no.
So, we begin. Drolin, you hear this after the scrape of this wooden door that it's half hung on its hinges, is askew on its hinges, and also you see a fresh smear of red as the door opens, and some bits of flesh kind of squick out from the bottom of the door. It seems that, though it was slightly on its hinges too, a few bodies were piled up on the interior, kind of adding to the blockage. And you hear this metallic scrape from further within the room, and this from within. What do you do?
Can someone remind me why we're going after this key?
We were commanded to do so by our lords. Telepathic.
And is that really worth our lives?
Lives? No.
Hmm.
Um. So. I,
Drolin will what?
Yeah, you cut out.
I was saying that I don't think I care for the monk class.
Mhm.
I'm really missing my Scotty right now.
Yeah, I noticed. Well, it's do or die at this point. We're almost done.
And what to do with that thing? Um, can I do?
Can you do
I
what?
don't know if I can do it because I'm not in really the dodge action thing.
What's that?
Like, if it does decide to come over here and beat on Drowlin.
You cut out what?
I think she wants to do something ranged.
Thought I heard
Am I-
Jack.
Am I not being able to be heard?
It's spotty.
But
But I heard you wanted to do the dodge action.
I didn't catch any of that.
You
action or
you
total
you
defense.
said you wanted to do dodge.
I think so. I don't know if that works with the range here.
It's just an action. It's basically you deciding to forego attacking for defense. So yeah, you can designate this creature as your dodging target.
Okay. Seeing as I don't know what else to do and I don't want to get close enough to that thing to attack it, that's
All right, Drolin is dodging. Anything more with a bonus? I don't think you got anything. But that being said, Akala, it is your move.
the unfortunate thing is he doesn't have to get that close without to reach us.
Ew, no loot is worth the sight of you.
All right. DC 13 Wisdom.
Let's hope he's not good at that.
Natural 20. I'm sorry.
Me.
I'm sorry. It's just kind of...
That's all I could do.
Okay.
Well,
Kazao.
Shit. Oh god, now it's my turn.
Now it's your turn.
Yeah, I see that. Oh, no guts, no glory. I'm not gonna bother rolling damage.
Yeah. You fire a crossbow and it just kind of casually waves its axe and easily deflecting the arrow or the bolt that you send at it. Anything else from you?
Oh, gods help us. That's basically it.
Roll on up, G6. Mr. Greatbot.
Oh man. First thing he rolled was
It could be that he rolled it up. He used it.
Yeah, to resist a natural 20. That is the hope.
Okay, you throw a javelin mightily at this thing. It tries to again bat it out of the way, but you catch it square in the shoulder. Just with a kind of an angry grunt, it grabs it and kind of chucks it onto the ground at his feet. Is that all from you?
Yeah.
All right. Bringing it to the creature. Seeing a target, it rushes forward to engage.
Oh.
Oh, thank God, it's not brilliant enough to take advantage of its reach.
Oddly enough, this thing doesn't have a reach.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh.
according to this. So it takes this great axe, which it has, this battle axe that it has, holding it in a single hand, just kind of makes a cut downward at you. Well, it rolled a 5, so you are able to sidestep it as it reaches up and kind of flinches a bit from the javelin wound in its shoulder that you just caused. And by the time it recovers enough to slam down at you, you've had enough forewarning to.
Floor now.
Yeah, there's a slight crack in the floor, but then again, these tiles are all kind of cracked and in not so great condition as it is. Brings us to Drawlin.
Is she talking?
I don't know.
No, I'm thinking.
Okay.
Well, I'm counting, but. It is really difficult for me to resist the urge to just go full throttle aggro.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that's the best option.
At this point,
He's right
I
there.
want to go down first before it decides to hit us, because it's gonna kill Grapevine. But
I will keep my rude remarks to myself.
oh yeah, totally.
Okay, so you lash out once with your quarterstaff and once with your fist.
Yes.
Okay. Because you have 3 rolls here for the 2 attacks you've got.
Well, doesn't... Am I confused on what life is? Yeah, okay, I'm confused on what life is.
Yeah,
Never mind. Ignore that unarmed strike. I am so...
Okay. Yeah, you don't have flurry yet.
What about flurry?
Flurry of blows would allow you to make 3 attacks.
That's at second level, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got confused. I'm sorry.
All right. Just jumping back out from your defensive posture, seeing your ally run in. You take a sweeping strike across its giant shin, cracks into it as it's just kind of, and you spin around with the long reach of your quarterstaff, smack him squarely in the shoulder as well. Your quarterstaffs both hit. Go ahead and roll your damages.
Nice.
Okay.
Or not. If that's the case.
Well, see, that's why I didn't want to go aggro, but...
It's another 15. All right. It kind of recoils from the strikes. It's standing, but it's standing kind of strong still, but it's definitely taking a sudden pounding. Ikala.
He's into. Try to make it feel bad again. As it might actually be like fucking this if we ever get out of this.
Oh, fuck it.
No guts, no glory, YOLO.
Oh my. Run up and stab it.
You know, I'm just gonna go back.
You run up and jam it in the side. You know, the hide is thick and like blubbery, but you pierce in a good couple of inches into its flesh, and it is looking pretty haggard, to be fair.
You're tall. That way there's more of me to despise.
A bonus action? No.
I mean, I don't know if Ikala has any inspirations left to throw out, but I'm just as a thing. Was that the last of your turn?
She just talks shit always.
I know. I'm just making for sure. So that being said, yes, Kaizo.
Yeah,
Kazo.
I am going to ring the bell of my people.
You ring the bell of your people.
Yeah,
Oh.
I wish it always rolls the best when it's not going to do shit.
Let's see. Wisdom saving throw. And it fails.
13 wisdom.
It fails. Yeah.
It fails. And it looks like it is barely holding on. As you see the kind of the panicked, confused fury in its eyes as it's darting around trying to keep track of all of you that are swarming it kind of like ants. As you see that blood start to trickle out from its nose and some from its ears.
Yes. Last bit of my action. Range, damn it. Because I was him.
Oh, I'm going to. I'm just moving up here because I think flanking equals +2 and I connect.
Yep. Flanking is a +2 bonus.
Yeah, you do.
And yeah, as it's
you do.
As it's looking around furiously, whipping its head around, just kind of wildly swinging its axe. You know, it strikes down in this like long reach, trying to, you know, execute the source of these terrible ringing chimes. It kind of overextends itself, lowering it down as you take your sword and just carve it like halfway into its neck as this gurgle just like as this massive blood splatter that it coughs up just lands in front of the priestess, and it just hits forward with a mighty thudding, and the beast is still.
Last rights.
There's that slight pounding of adrenaline in the blood coursing through you, but moments later, the area still remains silent.
What is that?
I want to go in bed.
You want to do what now? Going over to investigate this trap door. Let me double check something here, which I'm pretty sure.
It's quiet in here. Maybe I should start singing.
No.
I mean, maybe. But investigating...
It's quiet in here. Maybe I should start singing.
I'm starting to get flashbacks. So investigating this pit, it looks like it is kind of... The depression is sunken in a slight slight decline in a kind of a spherical pattern before it drops down into the darkness below. There seems to be several caked bits of humanoid creatures, viscera, innards and stuff, lining the walls of this tunnel going downwards, as there are masses of rusty, what look to be iron spines lining this chasm. The table next to it seems to be, for lack of a better term, and I guess for some they might see it as an operating table. made out of what looks to be a metal-lined stone, or a metal-topped stone embedded into the floor. That it overlaps slightly with the pit to slide bodies into. Some both Kaizao and the other grave tender, Ikla, it seems to resemble a crude embalming table, but the implements that are being hung from chains across on top of this really make it seem like it's just some sort of butchery. Several bodies line hooks along the northern walls from chains, suspended from chains.
Ugh. That's nasty.
Well,
So, we've checked everywhere for this key.
Yes.
The
I'm
only one
thinking
we
rifle
have-
through big guy's pockets.
Yeah, I
that's
was
what
gonna
I'm
say, have we
hoping.
really checked this room?
I mean, there are bodies scattered across the floor. Gravekeepers, can you give me perception checks, please?
Sure. Wee.
Ikala?
That car on your end?
There we go. So casually looking around here, the two of you notice a couple of the bodies that you had prepared in time past. Like one or two of them, each of you individually recognize having performed the rites for.
Well, that's extremely unfortunate. Oh, shit.
Ooh.
So what is everyone doing at this point?
How long ago?
The one you recognize? Probably 6 months ago.
Yeah. So a little while.
It's been a little while, yeah.
Really quick.
Yes.
I just wanted to let you guys know that we're kind of listening on Twitch because of Discord audio, so we're a little behind.
Good to know.
Same.
Yeah, I just gave up and just have been listening to it on Twitch.
All right. Good to know that we're on a bit of a delay then.
So I'm gonna assume that me and Ikala are continuing to check the other bodies to see any other ones that we've previously seen or done rights for, and leave Big Guy to being rifled by you two.
I mean, Greatbot's fine with rifling big guy's pocket.
Darwin's fine with that.
All right. So one of you can roll investigation with advantage. I'll leave it to you to decide who's doing what.
I'm gonna assume that Dralin is better at that, so
Maybe. Not great, but maybe.
Well,
If you want me to roll it, I can.
You choose who's going to roll that. But in the meantime, Ikala, the body you have identified was a young woman. She was one of the unfortunates who had. She had come in from the northeastern forest some time ago. She was living out with. Oh, I heard a cat. But she was out living amongst the Stone Root Circle, and unfortunately, she had passed just before giving birth to her child. A rather tragic scene where the funeral was sadly for two. This was perhaps going on about a year ago. So did we decide who was making that investigation?
I mean, I'm still assuming that Dralin is better suited. But if she says no, then I'll go.
If that's the
I was
case,
about to say, one of you guys roll an investigation.
yeah, if that,
I can do it.
go for it then.
Oh. Nice.
Okay. So, finishing up, Ikla, her child, the child was unnamed.
Oh.
The child had not yet been born. Still a month or two from being ready for the world. The parents had, their thought was to name the child in an appropriate fashion once the birth had happened.
Oh, so she died even prior to the birth.
Yes.
Okay.
The two of you investigating the giant's body will find a small comparative to the creature you pulled it from, bronze key that was looped around its waist. And a quick examination of it does seem to, at least in turn, look to be of a rough size to fit the door that you had encountered deeper within this lair. You also find in a small pouch, kind of hidden within kind of within the folds of its tattered vest. Something that contained a leather sack that has several ingots of silver.
Well, first initial response is, yay, quest complete. Second response, who paid this fuck?
Well, that's the first key we found in here. That's not it, then they can come back down here and find the...
I was about to say, we are to assume, unless we want to rifle through the bodies on the walls or in the pit, but I would like to hazard a guess that's the right one.
You're certainly allowed to assume whatever you would like.
Well, I mean, even if it's not the right one, then you know what? Fuck it. We take a nap for a day and then come back and find...
Yeah, I think we're due for some downtime. Next time we'll be more cautious about our slots, but holy shit. Ow.
So, you choose to return to the surface?
I do believe so, with our mission complete.
I'm game for that.
Any arguments from Ikala or Dralin?
No.
No? All right. So, you've clearly navigated this place well enough that you are able to easily find your way back to the surface and return without incident from Grey Hill Cemetery back to your respective homes. Perhaps after...
Veranos. Hallelujah. We lived.
Perhaps after an evening spent at Chamberlain's Mead Hall to a well-earned victory drink from what small coin was procured from earlier travels, but or more likely that you are able to put it on your master's tabs for the evening as you rest. Some of you more shaken than others by either the events of the evening, the events of the day, or the implications of mysteries unknown. Reporting back to your respective houses, you share with your masters the events that transpired within the mausoleum. And the next day, you gather together with your servants, and the spoils of said excursion are passed to them, including the key that you assumed that would lead deeper inwards. The silver ingots, the masters will gather for themselves. Have mints that the branding stamped onto the bottom of these bars are from a mine that was reported to once be far, far to the north of Bramstock. Their value in trading them nets each of you 400 gold.
Ooh.
Add that to my inventory, right? Fuck nah.
Yeah, so each of the masters now has a 400 gold increase. And you have the second level key to the Grey Hill Cemetery.
Mm-hmm.
And to close out that little section, at your leisure...
Oh shit, what happened?
I don't know what happened. But at your leisure, during the downtime and recovery, for each of these members, they will be advancing to their second level. Congratulations for surviving.
Yay, I can finally channel.
Yeah. I was not actually expecting you guys to go into one of the hardest fights first. That's D&D for you.
Oh, this was supposed to be like a cakewalk, right?
No, it wasn't. But it was meant to challenge you, and that it did. So, gold traded in.
Shots fucking made it challenging for sure. Between the ooze and...
What really made things pretty harsh was the zombies that just refused to die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those almost destroyed poor Drawlin.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
So,
But we did learn something. We can HP or stable cycle with fucking Spare the Dying.
yes, you absolutely can. So,
Which is good to know. I mean, not going forward, because I'm not going to be Kazo again, but hey.
well, you never know. But that being said, your nobles, you have the key in which you were instructed to present back to Lady Raisan. Or Madame Raisan. My apologies. Don't let her curse me.
It was a group vote. We all meet up to go in.
Interesting. I changed my picture, but now it won't change it.
The sightless madam, once you are once you return back to her, she greets you as if she was expecting you. Again, those white, clairvoyant eyes just kind of sightlessly look across you, and a smile parts her lips. Just, by fate or fortune, you have returned successful. I'm curious as to know whether or not you think it was your planning or luck that had netted you this victory.
Fortune had no small part in it. I could probably attest.
Seemed our followers were well together.
And doubtless you have heard about the stirrings within the cemetery. Curiosity leads me to believe whether or not you would choose to follow that thread. You certainly have the means to delve deeper into the mystery, or seek your fortune elsewhere. No matter what you choose. We of the race of the Ricine will be glad to, at your option, tell you a fortune should you decide you wish guidance. I think we will be of great use to one another. Perhaps as your renown grows, you will be able to put in kind words for me and my family. Yes, a cat kind of lazily whines in between your legs before before
gonna say shit,
rising
but
to
if you go with it, cool.
to settle on her lap. Hey, if I was going to somehow weave trains in, I will weave cats in.
Catmancy.
Catamancer. Catography.
So she wants to read our fortunes?
Essentially, she's offered to read you fortunes, as perhaps as she once had. Should you desire to have them done, she will also inform you that there is a small fee to be placed. 20 gold will read you your fortune before each endeavor, we'll say, at your option.
I don't know. I'm really intrigued by this, but at the same time, like, my fortune from last time kind of played, kind of didn't, but I still liked it.
Either way,
I don't remember what my fortune was.
Yeah, I think mine was like selfishness or something like that.
Mine was like working together. Something.
yes, Fluffy pulled the Mark of Valdash.
Yes, I did. It's like exploring and
I think
working
I was
together. Such.
So
By
you
all
have.
means, milady, you have the floor.
Does anyone wish to draw from Madame Ricine?
Can I ask a question first?
Of course.
Okay.
Sorry, I
Sorry,
think I missed something with all the sound issues I was having. So we have an option to continue in the cemetery, or as she said, chance our luck elsewhere.
Yes.
Correct.
There are
And
others that were.
fortune-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so my question is, the fortune that she would be pulling, does it matter on the decision we make whether we are going back to the cemetery or if we're gonna go somewhere else?
She will respond to you by saying essentially that is for the cards to decide, not me. I speak for them.
Okay.
Yeah. In all honesty, she could draw something. We would not like it, assume it has to go with one direction, and it still have it apply with the other direction we pick. It's just destiny.
Alright, sorry, I may be looking too technically into this, seeing as I.
Oh, I could be too, honestly. But that's the way I'm interpreting it. It's our fortune, be it weal or woe.
Exactly. Your options, essentially, if we were going to take a step back, are to either go to the branded oak, as others have brought rumors in from elsewhere, to pursue perhaps some kind of pursue your options as to whether or not places to go, or you can continue into the cemetery. Either way, before you leave, you can have Madame Ricine draw your fortune for a modest sum of 20 gold coins.
Okay, thank you.
Oh god, I just realized we didn't use half the flasks.
I would like to buy a fortune.
You would like to buy a fortune? All right. Is anyone else wishing a card from Madame Ricine?
I'll go ahead if someone's chipping in.
I, for one, think I will not. I like the option I got last.
2 in, 1 out. Ye of House Lagos.
Come on, them fighting rabbits.
All right. We have 3 takers to the fortune.
Yes.
All right, then. Her clouded white eyes just kind of seem to roll back as she tips her head, as she waves her hand over her cards. Once to the left, twice to the right. Brushes her hands over them, cutting the deck cleanly in two, spinning her hands around as you see only glimpses of the cards upturned, as she then weaves her hands in and about themselves, the cards spinning in a dizzying array as her fingers deftly swirl left and right, weaving in with themselves around her wrists before she collects them all in a swift motion neatly into the deck and places out 3 singular cards onto the table. Who will be the first to choose their fate?
I guess I'll go first.
All right. Flip which card you wish. The card of harmony. The tensions that have been rolling within your house, they are quieted with the knowledge and the tales spun of your current victory. The madam says perhaps perhaps even the tales of your wise leadership has reached the Stonewood Circle. Who is next to draw?
I'll go ahead.
All things in creation, they have their time. Their time to shine and their time to fade. Much as the teachings as your servant Kaizao has long held close to her. It seems that you and yours are within an hour of twilight. For you have drawn the card of ruin.
Great.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry, the card of what?
Ruin.
Roll for me a d6.
Me? Sure.
Yes.
Either really good or really bad.
And that leaves he of House Lagos to flip the final card. You right click it
and then flip it. You need some help? Yeah, that's moving it. Right click.
Oh, wait, he's on his computer.
I don't have a right click.
Okay, yeah, my apologies, I keep forgetting.
Thank you.
You're welcome. This is the mark of illusion. Many things that perhaps once were, perhaps that still are, being held from the eyes of many. You show foresight in cutting through such deceptions. Seeing the truth in the matter. Perhaps bringing peace onto troubled minds. The madam thanks you for your patronage. And with a slight smile upon her face, sends you back out into her family's camp with the words and a slight almost electrical feeling in the air, as there seems to be some sort of almost latent energy hanging about you.
Man, Fluffy, I feel gypped. But I'm a sucker for these kind of things anyway.
You return to your homes for the remainder of the day to find first, Miss, it would seem that one of the more social members of the Stonewood Circle had approached while you were out, saying that they would like for you to consider one of their neophytes to study amongst your home. So they essentially will negotiate with you the enrollment to your house, one of their own, while your next how do you want to say, during the course of this next week or so, you will take into your service a promising young individual, either a druid or a ranger of your choice will enter into your service.
Okay, so I'm picking either a druid or a ranger to join my service.
Yes, you will be getting a druid or a ranger at level 1. And they will the statistics of the individual will be determined with the standard rolling. 46, drop lowest, ignore ones, reroll 1s and 2s, extra stat, and you will be able to place their ability scores.
But you kind of have to in that case, because otherwise they're going to be fucking broken.
Yes, but this is also, I guess, so that it's official somewhere, as you could say.
Right.
So I
So
will.
the stats are at least on par, but not necessarily forced the way they were with us.
Yeah, because the stats were dictating what character you would have.
Exactly.
But yes, you will have a druid or a ranger available to you. And they're spending this next, for lack of a better term, action phase, getting themselves acclimated to your home.
Alright, and you want me to pick now?
You no, you don't have to pick now. That will just be as you go. Basically, you'll have them. You'll have a bit of time to decide what you want, but you do have a character of that. For House Canis. While you were away, there was an incident. Your team was training out in your courtyards when a stray, well, that's a very unseemly and strange accident occurred with one of your servants. Her name was Amethyst.
Oh, that's unfortunate because she was one of my better ones.
It would seem during her rites in training, she seemed to have cut herself too deeply, and no one about was able to get her the attention she needed in time.
Oh, you... Damn it! Oh, that sucks. Oh, that really hurts. Well, shit. Because... Well, damn.
The Master of House Lagos.
Yes, my lord.
Your wanderings have been across town have been set abuzz with an unusual, almost foresight, or maybe not that, but everything seems more crisp or clear to your eyes. Nothing in particular seems to affect you directly that you're aware of, but you seem that it just your senses seem to be sharper right now. Clear. You've never seen so far and so clearly as you do this day. You're not entirely sure what to make of it. The House of the noble houses will gather at a local tavern to further discuss their next moves, as you can do so.
Well, I am thinking the other option, not the cemetery, Great Oak or something.
Yes, you're always able to check at the branded oak and decide past that what you would like to do.
So going to the oak does what now?
One second. Essentially, the Branded Oak is this tavern that is made from the innards of this enormous and still living oak tree. Essentially the interior space of this tavern, which is brightly lit through magical means, has on the center point of its back wall expanding map, essentially, that has been carved and burnt into the interior of this tree of Bramstock and its surrounding. And lately, there have been people who have braved the dangers of the wild, the lands outside the safety of the walls of Bramstock, and have come back with rumors, with things they perhaps have seen but not exactly investigated. You see that it has been expanded upon a little bit now, that to include a more elaborate engraving of the Grey Hill Cemetery, and it seems to be a small knife had pinned the message of defilement within the catacombs. Apparently, one or perhaps more of your servants have already posted the rumors or the curiosities that they have witnessed within there. You see rumors of the dead being used for some vile purpose. A door locked, moving deeper into the catacombs that no one was quite aware that had been there previously. Tales of people butchering the dead. Into an unknown section north of the forest, there is also a pin commenting that there's been sightings of foreign ore, coins and ingots minted from some unknown civilization, and that rumors that and that the only place where silver was readily mined from was somewhere in the north. There's another pin that is placed beyond the reaches of the Silverline Forest that the Stone Root Circle is in, saying that there's been several groups of scouts wanting to push the borders of the forest itself, that the Outlanders had not been able to contain, basically going through their lines of safety to see what was on the other side. Perhaps there was something large. Perhaps there was some untapped resource, something beyond the line of the line of their control, and these parties have gone missing. And the curiosity is as if perhaps they got lost, perhaps something happened to them, perhaps they found civilization out there, a new town that they are exploring and just simply haven't returned yet, but people having curiosities as to what that is going on about. More so, all around, there's just kind of pinned almost in the center of Bramstock, there is kind of an open call for brave parties to go out and scout the landscape, perhaps to find a suitable embankment or defensible space that that Bramstock can send their stone cutters and masons out to build a forward camp or an outpost, so that maybe further exploration can be made deeper into the wilderness. Perhaps one or more of those scouting parties that had ventured off into the forest and taken up this cause. And also to the... Let me check my map here specifically. Come on, D20. Roll with me better. Some of the mages had spoken of, with all this new exploration, there must be new flora, fauna, strange creatures to take parts from to help in their magics. Perhaps enough to allow them clairvoyance enough to look upon the surroundings with impunity and not send vulnerable lives out to. The mages seem to want parties to travel specifically, for unnamed reasons, to the west, where they suspect a new and untapped grove on the edge of this long span of mountains. These are the current pins onto the great branded oak that you and your kin see.
Well, if we're looking to take jobs, I have a couple picks.
I almost want to go recruiting since I'm down. Ouch. That actually does really hurt.
What was that, Sam?
I was asking what job.
The one to find the grove. Find the scouting parties sounded like it could be good. And there was one. Those all sound kind of interesting.
And then, of course, there's always...
I kind of like the scouting one, the Lost Group one, but I also did not hear 90% of each of these, so you guys go with the major, what you want to do.
I will
basically...
go ahead and quickly retouch on the gist of what's going on here. The current missions you have, the mission hooks, essentially, if we're going to be meta about it, finding reagents in the forests to the west, scouting the immediate area around Bramstock for places to build new fortifications or outposts. Go into the eastern woods to find missing scouting parties. Go north to see where this foreign silver is coming from, and to then again to venture down into the cemetery.
So to recap, we have a reagent gathering, expansion mission, scout recovery, mine relocation, so another reagent or like resource gathering one, and then the mausoleum.
Pretty much.
I'm kind of cool with any of them except the mausoleum, because and my
Mausoleum
reason.
is a little bit of a breather, yeah.
Well, no, I mean that too, but mostly my reasoning. My fortune the last time was about exploring. I'm trying to play to that, so I want to get outside the city and do something. So if y'all want to pick any of the outside the city exploration-y type things, then I'm.
I'm gonna let you guys take point because I've got bad luck.
I kind of like the finding the people one.
Scouts, that could work in possibly killing two birds with one stone. Because do we have the one to go out and find location to scout and find locations to set up an outpost or whatever, and to find the scouts. So if and potentially also find a good spot, set up an outpost.
I have a pretty good character to find the scouts.
Okay, then that one.
Oof. That's rough.
If finding the scouts is the preferred, I'm good with that.
Alright.
I'd like to point out that I would like to avoid the two birds, one stone saying for this.
What, are you going to say that there's a propensity for rocks fall, everyone dies?
What was that?
Are you worried about rocks fall, everyone dies?
No, I said, it's like, no, just mine. I'm worried about rocks fall, everyone dies.
Only one
And the
died.
irony is, on the last mission, she would have been able to save her, but at the same time, she probably would have died.
You never know.
Pulling fortune is dangerous.
Pulling fortunes is dangerous, but such is the way of
20
fate.
gold, lose a character.
Or, hey, 20 gold, gain a character. And there are other things
Sam?
that can... There are other things that can happen as well.
Sam's gonna get a character that's gonna probably leagues ahead.
At least be better stat-wise on average.
Plot twist is actually Doggo's character that died.
Whoa,
Oh,
no. That would be fucked up had it been a ranger. However, it was a blood hunter, and I was still mad because I wanted to try out Order of the Lycan.
That'd be pretty fucked up if there's a card that's just like your follower goes and joins another house.
That's basically what happened. Just in a different...
Liam.
Yeah.
So scouts, we good? Have we
Yeah, let's
decided?
go with scouts.
That's
I'm gonna do
what I'm
last
thinking.
pick for character again.
I already know
Alright.
what I'm picking. Rest of y'all be damned.
I am damned because I'm like,
And just wait till you actually find out what my character is, then you'll understand my two birds went.
Family was
Who is
killed
that?
by a stone.
No, it's an orc. I'm just kidding. It's a kinku.
Nice. Well, I already know what I'm picking, and it's like my squishiest character. So yeah.
Then I might have. Well, I do still have a frontliner, even though he killed one of them.
I didn't do anything. You chose to play with the hand of fate. Sometimes fate plays rough.
No, you're right. It was. I even said wheel and.
And Fluffy just noped the hell out of it.
Go ahead and say I'm taking my Vex Hill.
You're taking your rogue. All right.
Yeah.
What are you grabbing, Roro?
I don't know. Diversity.
There's Phil.
We
For-
care. We care.
Yep, just go ahead and
To
drop
extent,
them
I
at
would
the
like
out.
at least someone who can take hits and someone who can fix hits. Other than that, I don't care.
I'll be there to do, but God help me if I.
Yeah, that's why I'm not gonna pick my bard probably.
Yeah, Patrick, I picked my rogue as well.
Well, go ahead and put them out.
Well, shit. What you got, Sam? Or
I don't.
Miss Dragon Queen?
You pick. You pick first, doggo.
Serious. I've got a reduced roster. You pick.
But
You got to reduce rust. Why you should go first.
No, now I have very few things to fill niches now.
all right,
To pick from.
I will pick. I will pick. Calm down.
I like that.
Unit 0224.
Warforged?
Her and Great Bot need to meet.
I like how
I
you
think you're
have
right the first time, Freudian slip.
yeah Freudian mate. Is it plot twist? Bramstock is the prequel to the movie Robots.
What is she?
She is a fighter.
It's me with Razny. Ah, why is it trying to... Just wanted to... There we go. Oh. That.
Oh God.
Yay, Artificer.
Welcome to
I almost picked Artificer.
welcome
I
to
really
sexual
wanted to go with my
harassment.
warlock.
So do we get to shut before we send them out again?
Yes, you
I
can.
would assume yes, but I can make no assumptions at this point.
I mean, that's
For another
also
person.
that's also very very good. So you assemble you spend some time assembling your
What the hell is in the corner of my picture?
I don't know, probably a watermark of some form. So you what's going to be
It
so?
is. It's a D&D watermark.
That's what happens when you steal art.
I'm sorry, I don't draw, ever.
Sounds like a decision you're making.
No, I'm just bad at it. I want my person to look like a... Stick
Stick
bag.
figures. All of them
Basically.
stick.
This is why you get a copy of Soul Calibur and take computer screenshots.
Yeah.
Character creation for the win.
I mean, fair, but some of them are still kind of odd.
Yeah, well. But
I mean, look in my game. Most of my characters in Soul Calibur.
hey, that's how I have not been able to create a better look for Zork than I did in Soul Calibur, so I am some devil I am, yes. Anyway, you spend some time
Ham.
deviled ham. Assembling, basically informing your respective servants to gather their supplies and prepare to engage in the mission you have selected for them. Now, you do have the means to shop beforehand. You also have various spots around town that you can visit.
Okay.
Spots around town to visit.
Yes, there's several places about that have been marked that you can explore. Should you choose.
My rogue is a wood elf and has no business being near anybody, so I need to get her a longbow.
By all means, go ahead. You have your coin to supply your troops with.
I mean, that's kind of how I was gonna go with my guy.
I mean, and to be fair,
if there's anything last minute,
there is also nothing stopping you from taking some of the things that you have given to your servants, i.e. the potions you have not used, and, you know, essentially saying these are for use on official business, and we will requisition them back and hand them out to whomever is going out. That is always something that can be done, mind you.
I need to double check something because I might be shorting myself shit again.
It's quite possible.
Well, in that case, roguey thing is totally taking the health.
Waste not, want not.
Huh?
Waste not, want not. You spent the money on it, you might as well get it, right?
Yep. 50 gold for those?
Yeah, it was 50 gold for those.
Yep.
Sweet. I think I'm gonna pick up another one because this bitch is paper.
You think you're would seem not?
Do we have a list of items that we can buy?
We
you
were
can
trying to do that last time we were buying items.
Yeah, but then I got distracted with just casual things.
And we'll take the flask of acid and the potion of healing. So bop and bop, because those might come in handy. I'll leave the holy water because that's fine.
Was it, were we allowed to buy,
You're allowed to buy common items.
common? And how much were those? Sorry.
I'm not entirely sure. Because I never... the move distracted me from getting the list of common items.
I think it depended on if it was a one-use item, we made it 50 gold. If it was like repeater, we made it 100.
Yes. Consumables are 50 gold. And that also includes, I think, first level spell scrolls.
Might have to get like a staff or a wand of healing.
If that's common, I don't know.
It might not be.
It might be an
But something
uncommon.
with at least a couple of charges on or something. Maybe I could use one for a common.
You would hope, but...
At this point, I'm not above hoping, because... What was I doing? Oh! I was looking up a thing. Because I feel like I forgot to copy something. Yes. Yes, I did.
Sounds like that might have been something important then.
Huh?
You forgot something?
Oh yeah, no, I did. That was on my list. That from my background. Is accurate for Artificer. Artificer gets how many spells? You know, 2 cantrips and 2 first level spells. 2 cantrips, 2 first level spells. Where the hell did I get Fairy Fire from?
Okay, Quinn, just to give you a lay down of all the things I've gotten.
Yes, I do need those. I do need what you are getting so that I may record your spending.
Okay, I'll and 1 longbow.
You're getting what?
2 health potions and 1 longbow.
Alright, let's see here. The longbow.
You're a rogue.
Yes.
You might not be able to use though.
Yeah, I think I have 1 spell too many.
Rogues don't inherently get that. I do because I'm a wood elf, but I don't know about king. So just double check that before you go spend the money.
Yeah, I think you have short bow proficiency normally.
Well, I do have the short bow. Than that, just that purpose. I am.
I mean, nothing will stop you from having your character use a longbow if you're not proficient. You just won't get the proficiency bonus for it.
I do, however, need to filter out spells.
Okay, Gwen, I guess I'll just take the longbow back then and just have the 2 health potions.
Alright, as you will. Alright, don't mind me for just a second here. Just making a note. Alright,
These
cool.
before I forget. It's too
Cool.
late.
Okay, so for what I am buying studded leather, a longbow, and another health.
So how much are you spending for that?
145. I've already tracked.
Okay, I'm just keeping track of how much you've invested into the trader.
Can I?
What's that?
Well, I'm asking Quinn that.
What was your
I
question?
did.
I didn't hear what the question was.
Can I get better armor? I currently just have a leather.
Yeah, all standard equipment is considered common.
Okay, what's the highest I can go for armor then?
Studded as a rogue.
Yeah.
Costs 45 gold. It'll increase your AC by 1 more.
Okay.
Are we actually counting ammunition? Because if we are, I'm probably going to need more than 20 to get me through whatever we're doing.
I was, but then again, I was only using it when I needed to.
I mean, yeah, we would be counting ammunition. You're especially going out into a kind of a searching mission out into the wilderness, so that might. Yeah, will need you to count your initiative, or your initiative, your ammunition.
So it looks like in gold, is that 20 or what?
What's that?
I think.
Well, in that case, I will spend 5 more gold to get 100 more arrows, just so I make sure I.
Quiver for days.
Cause this bitch not getting close to people.
So you spent how much more?
5 more to get to
Alright.
the ammunitions.
Seen servant. Okay.
Very well.
So that's the spell list fixed.
Because why not?
Not copy the save table.
Yay, Barrick.
There we go.
Okay, I think I'm all.
I apologize for that. That shouldn't have. Not.
Rogue, the ones I'm most excited about. I have not played a rogue.
Yeah, I remember when you said that about your sorcerer or whatever, and you kicked ass. Until I was murdered.
Fire!
What? Said what about sorcerer?
Wasn't it you that played one of the sorcerers in that the arena battles?
No.
Not the most recent one, the one back with Sin in them.
Oh, might have been. I don't know.
It was.
I've played lots of sorcerers since then. I like a lot.
There's a reason for that.
Trading post.
And if dies on this mission, then I think Quick will be my next pick because that's my sorcerer. And I have decided that. So
I think it's funny that you both made Warforged fighters.
hell yeah, con boost.
Clang, 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 clang.
Rapid beeping noises.
Yeah. 1001 1001 1001
Calculations malfunction. Calculation malfunction.
1002. Ah.
Are you being filthy over there? I think you're being filthy over there.
Maybe.
We're always being filthy over here.
This whole place is dirty. It's been fouled.
That's because Quinn doesn't really clean up very well.
This is true. This is very true.
But yeah, more crossbow bolts would probably be a good idea.
Okay. You just tell me what coin you're dropping onto it, and we will get that done.
Is it universal for ammunition as far as 1 for 20?
Yeah. Cost is for 20 shots, so.
Alright, so definitely.
At least that's how I'm gonna play it.
That's fine. Took the healing potion and the acid flask from the other one, spending a gold for getting at least another 40 on this bitch.
Quix is more made of paper than Vexhill is.
Potentially frightening.
More than who?
He's talking about his other character.
Yep. I have 3 pretty tanky characters, and then these completely.
As far as I can tell, I'm artillerist with this bitch, but I'm save my spell slots for fucking cure wounds, because holy potions.
So you spent how much there, Doji boy?
I'm gonna spend I'm gonna spend 50 on at least one more potion of healing.
All right.
And then I was actually kind of curious. So far, about 51 gold.
51 so far? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good to know.
And then I was going to ask, what kind of reusable magic items do they have?
The ones that are that are listed as common, and I'm pretty sure we've got a list of that on the internet somewhere. I've not had such great
Alright. The 5th edition. And that's not common. Oh, there we go.
a lot of shit that comes out of Xanathars.
Armor of Gleaming. Expression.
There's quite a few
What the
from.
fuck's smoldering armor.
I think it's like always, but there's also quite a few from Eberron.
That doesn't surprise me, actually. Wait, how does a cantrip scroll work? That's a usable item.
Yup, it costs the same as a level 1 scroll.
I will take a scroll of fucking Eldritch Blast, please.
What the fuck's a staff of flowers?
Sprouts.
Aw, damn, a staff of healing is rare.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that thing's awesome.
I know it's awesome. That's why I was like, ah.
It doesn't help everybody.
Wand of Smiles, Wand of Scowls.
Ah, good times.
There's your Moon Touch sword.
Yep.
That might be useful for you.
It was also walloping you.
Walloping ammunition. I like. What does that do?
Save or get knocked on their ass.
That actually might be handy if I could get a bolt or 2 or 3 of those.
Yeah, you can get it in. I was looking into it because I was curious what it was.
It's 50 gold a pop, right? We're considering.
Well, I don't know. Is ammunition 20? Would that be 50 for 20 or 50 for 1?
It is. It is for. I'm just gonna say that universally ammo is 20.
Stack of 20?
Yeah.
In that case, maybe a few stacks of walloping ammo wouldn't be. What is a common item? 100 gold?
A common item, I believe I was stacking at 100 gold per. Yes, 100 gold.
So 100 for 20 of those arrows to knock people on. Might be worthwhile.
Tempting. That might be tempting, actually. It ends with that shit, and it's fun.
And yes, the curing wand would be an uncommon item.
I just want to wonder for the gimmick of it.
Isn't that a rare item?
Dubs, fire, powers, shit.
You better. Well, I'd say you better watch out, but I do have that deck accessible at this point.
I was about to say, I bought her that deck. It's like, I can't wait to use it.
Eventually, I'm sure.
Well, it's good. It's definitely being used in that one game. Once we actually resume play on that.
Speaking of, Miss, have you made a purchase of any form?
Yeah. I just went with 2 healing potions because these common items are frustrating.
A full of collapsing.
Alright, you've dumped 100 gold into potions. Mr. Beric Galvin is very pleased with the amount of purchases being made.
Too bad a hat was only.
Alright, give me just... continue on, I'll be just a moment here.
Billowing do?
What does what do?
A cloak of billowing.
Oh, it just like constantly floats and looks
Oh.
dramatic.
I was about to say, I thought it actually did something for you. I was about to be like impressed.
No, because remember I had joked about taking it on grades. His picture, his coat is all billowy and flowing. But that's all it does. It's just always like flowing.
I might just take a clockwork amulet for the novelty of it. Clockwork amulet. Oh, I remember reading this. Never mind. Yeah, it just gives you the option to, once a day, take 10 instead of 20 on an attack.
Once per day, take 10 on attack?
Yeah, and forego the roll.
I mean, that could come in
Attack is
handy if you
real,
know
real
a 10's
shite.
gonna hit. But if you know a 10's gonna hit, then you just need to hit.
Yeah, no, that's fair, but
Well, I also know the length of these ventures being rather short.
He wouldn't come back up till long after the adventure is over. Wand of paralysis. Please tell me that a wand of smiles gives me Tasha's hideous laughter.
No, it just
No,
makes
you,
them smile.
Yep. And scowls makes them
Oh, I
scowl.
think I remember that in Critical Role. They did that to somebody because they were like,
Yep.
"Please make me stop smiling." That's...
Yeah, they gave it to Jester.
And Jester made not smile or something. He's just like, "Ah, I wish I could make this stop." What a card. What the hell's a staff of flowers? False. Staff of adornment.
So is it safe to assume that you've completed the majority of your shopping?
Mostly, I'm just still shopping last minute to see if there's anything that just really catches my eye.
Okay, well, at this point, as the bulk of your shopping has been made, Barrick will inform you that he's quite impressed with the amount of coin you've been pouring in through here, and that in a couple of days he can reinvest this into his contacts and. In a little, keep checking back, because soon he's probably going to be able to provide you with some more, shall we say, more exciting implements.
Where the hell did I put that list?
So, yeah, something to keep in mind. You guys have hit the cap, and starting on your next mission phase, essentially, you'll be able to start purchasing uncommon items.
Nice.
So it might be worth it to you to save a little bit for later.
Fuck it. I still am gonna commit to the walloping crossbow bolts.
All right.
Well, why not?
And how much is that?
That's what we said. 100 gold for 20.
As their consumed item, we'll put it at 50.
Okay, that works for me too.
I think I'll
50
take
gold
it.
for me.
They might come in handy.
All right.
I track those separately, actually. Walloping. It's 20 of those. 22.
Why? What have you heard?
I just heard a.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Alright, I need to deduct more from my. Oh shit. That brings me down to 379.
Save for them to make relatively low, but hey, still my.
Well, you're also a relatively low-leveled party.
He's a rogue. I'm an artificer. Them fucking up once means all the better for both of us. I might even pair that with my grease spell. Grease. Kadunk.
All right. So, your shopping done. You've
Yeah,
armed,
I'm actually done shopping.
You have armed and equipped your intended squadron and are preparing to send them out into the northeastern sections of the forest. A relatively low impact start to your next case, but still, we will see what adventures lie beyond for you in our next section. All in all, I'd say you've done well for a manic rush through the first level of that tomb. It's a good job. We will come back to this next time, 2 weeks from now. I'm not entirely sure how long it'll be. Maybe week after next, because I'm getting the we'll be going back to understudies for next Monday's game. So we'll see how we do with everything else around here at that point. But thank you all for joining in.
Okay.
I'm glad to see that everyone had survived the excursion down there, though the night isn't without its casualties.
So cruel. My heart.
I'm sorry. But
Oh, wow.
yes,
Stopped.
thank you all for joining in. Are we having tomorrow game? Yay, nay? Once that catches up with everybody.
More than likely, yes.
Alright, do we have a time slot on that?
More than likely 10 Mountain Standard Time.
10 Mountain Standard. Alright, so roughly 12 hours from now, we'll be back at it again with the game of what?
Wanwood.
Woohoo! Yeah!
Yay.
Some more traipsing around in the frozen north. I dig it. Absolutely dig it.
I am anxiously awaiting the results of our current.
Yeah, me too. Okay, well, yeah. Good. We are going to have Wanwood, and a little bit afterwards, I am finally prepared to go back into the horrible asylum land, I think. I have no idea where I'm at, actually. But it's the evil within. All sorts of good things. Everyone, take care. Thank you for joining me. And, yeah, today's episode was sponsored by Roro and his tier 1 subscription. So thank you very much, Roro.
Yay, Roro.
Yay, Roro. But until then, everybody take care of yourselves. Oh no, I couldn't hear you.
Yes, everyone may come kiss the ring and bow down to me.
Oh boy, he's gotten a big head about it. I'm gonna go make him regret that. All right, everyone.
Don't make me think about.
So yeah, that'll be a whole thing happening. So yes, take care, everyone. We'll see you all later. Have a good one.